Hello, everyone, and welcome to Global Evaluation Week 2022, hosted by the Global Evaluation Initiative and Good Business Lab. Uh, we have a very interesting session lined up for you with representatives from Good Business Lab, United Nations Population Fund, and Shahi Exports. Just to give you an idea of what Good Business Lab is all about, Good Business Lab is a not-for-profit labor innovation organization. Our mission is to lead businesses to improve the lives of all workers. And to give you a macro perspective and the rationale behind the work that we do, uh, the existing rationale is that businesses take care of businesses well. Yes, sort of like a capitalist free market view is that businesses push themselves and each other to achieve the maximum profits, profitability, productivity, and all of that. But while businesses are doing this and trying to improve the world for the better and trying to earn as much profits in the process as well, we find that a lot of workers are neglected while in this process. Today, spending on worker well-being programs is considered mere philanthropy or compliance and not a part of core business strategy. Hence, worker well-being programs are not being scaled up, nor their business potential is being realized. And here is where GBL comes in. At Good Business Lab, we make the business case for investing in worker well-being. We generate and disseminate evidence to prove that investing in worker well-being is good for businesses as well as workers. GBL works across 4 focus areas. Uh, the first one of these is unlocking female labor. So what we find in the geographies that we work in, which is mostly developing countries such as India, a lot of women are locked out of the workforce, and countries such as India suffer from a low female labor participation rate. So we help women engage in decent, respectable, and paid work, as well as we help businesses access this untapped labor pool that they can access as workers for their factories. The second focus area is closing the skill gap. We find that there is a gap between the skills that workers have currently and the skills that people that businesses need in their workforce, as well as the skills that workers need to thrive at their job, right? So we try to plug in this gap by giving soft skills training, by engaging both supervisors and workers in meaningful training to improve their productivity. The third focus area is around improving work environment. We work to provide an amicable and more conducive work environment for manufacturing workforces. A quick example of this is when we worked with a large textile firm and replaced old, light bulbs with new energy efficient LEDs. This helped, the firm conserve their energy costs as well as reduce the temperature on the factory floor, making it more comfortable, building holistic health. So under this area, we safeguard against stressors to health. And just to give you a few quick examples of some projects in this focus area project called Iron Woman, we gave anemic women who needed iron pills, as well as gave them training to increase the uptake of these iron pills. And we gave spectacles to workers who needed them under the eye health project. And now in this slide, I will give you a quick brief of the project life cycle of a typical project here at GBL. So the first stage is the design stage. We go in with a clean slate in a factory to understand how we can help both workers as well as businesses. We understand the problem through qualitative research and co-design the intervention with our partner firm. The second stage is evaluation of the intervention that we've created. So we work to we carry out this methodology called randomized control trials, and we use this to evaluate the impact of the intervention that we've created on both the workers and the business. And now once we have this evidence, so that's where the third stage comes in. We share insights and evidence generated from our experiments on various platforms through a variety of multimedia content. And actually, this webinar itself is a great example of such a dissemination event. And the fourth and the last step is scale up. So we scale up the intervention and the experiment to other settings to challenge and confirm our results. And where applicable, we turn our research and our evidence into products that we take to the market to help businesses improve worker well-being as well as core business outcomes. And from then on, we jump into today's topic, which is how can qualitative research impact business outcome. Just to give you an introduction of what we'll be talking about in today's webinar, Good Business Lab, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, created a return on investment, aka ROIT tool, using qualitative and secondary research. This ROI tool helps businesses measure the return on investment on investing in a women's health intervention in a workspace. So, as a first step towards building this ROI tool, we carried out a literature review through a systematic study of academic papers. These papers really gave the evidence around what happens when a business invests in a women's health intervention in the workplace, and using the evidence that was already there in sort of like these peer reviewed published papers, we created this return on investment tool. So basically, a business can go in and check what is the return on investment when they decide to do a workplace health intervention. And just to give you an idea of what do I mean by workplace health intervention, it could range from anything from like setting a health clinic in your factory to giving iron pills to anemic women to giving training around family planning as well as giving resources around family planning. So all of these really constitute a workplace health intervention. And this ROI tool really gives businesses an idea on what will be the effect on outcomes such as absenteeism, retention, and productivity when they decide to invest in such a ROI tool. Just to give you a brief introduction about our speakers today, we have Sushmita, who's a senior design associate at GBL. She's a core part of the design team here at GBL, and she really led the design phase and the creation phase of this tool, taking it all the way from like an Excel sheet to an actual web-based tool. We have Federica joining us from UNFPA, who's a sexual and reproductive health data specialist. She is the program manager from UNFPA on this tool. We have Mr. Deepak, who's the general manager, organizational development at Shahi Exports. Shahi Exports is also our industrial partner and the biggest apparel manufacturer in India. We'll be talking about the key insights and challenges from the development phase of the tool. What are the plans to scale up the tool and how funders play a role in the development of this tool? And we will also have insights from industry on applications of the tool.